Did you know that the United States raises about 40.3 million beef cattle per year? But how does this process happen so efficiently? What are the secrets behind this impressive number? In this video, you will uncover what happens behind the curtains of the U.S. beef industry and how this process impacts the world. Don't miss out on understanding how the backstory of this operation works and where all this beef comes from. Hello, I'm Juninho Mello, and this is the Celebrities Farm channel, where we uncover the behind-the-scenes of life on the farm, exploring stories, curiosities, and the amazing world of agriculture and livestock. If you're interested in everything related to rural life and its wonders, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Give us a thumbs up if you also love this fascinating universe. How did the United States become the leader in beef production? This country is responsible for a significant portion of the beef we consume worldwide. But it's not just about numbers. What's behind the raising of 40.3 million beef cattle per year? What methods are used to maintain such mass production? In this block, we'll explore the raising process, from feeding to transportation, and how technology has transformed livestock farming, making it more efficient and productive. Get ready to understand how one country manages to meet such a huge demand and the challenges it faces to stay on top. Let's embark on this journey and uncover the impact of this industry on the global economy. To understand how the United States maintains its leadership in the beef industry, we must first look at large-scale production. Beef cattle farming begins with the careful selection of the most productive breeds. Breeds such as Angus, Hereford, and Charolais are chosen for their fast growth characteristics and meat quality. The fattening process involves specific diets to ensure the animals gain weight quickly without compromising health. Furthermore, technology plays a crucial role in this process. The use of monitoring systems that analyze the health and growth of cattle in real time has revolutionized livestock farming. Temperature sensors, location tracking systems, and even artificial intelligence algorithms are used to predict the optimal time for slaughter, ensuring better quality meat and efficient resource use. Another key factor is the feeding system. Corn, which is abundant in the United States, is the base of the cattle's diet. It is grown on a large scale to feed millions of cattle. Additionally, ranchers use balanced feed that includes proteins, vitamins, and essential minerals to ensure optimal growth of the animals. Transportation efficiency is also crucial. Cattle are transported in specialized trucks to ensure they reach the slaughterhouse safely and without stress. This is vital, as meat quality can be compromised if the animals are stressed or poorly fed during transport. However, behind all this efficiency, there are also challenges. Mass production has environmental impacts, such as increased greenhouse gas emissions due to cattle farming. Additionally, working conditions on farms are not always ideal, leading to criticism from environmental and animal welfare groups. Therefore, while the United States dominates the market, it faces the pressure of balancing efficiency, sustainability, and social responsibility. The cattle farming process in the United States is not just a matter of technical efficiency, but also involves complex economic, environmental, and social interactions. To understand the depth of this industry, it is essential to address some more complex aspects, such as the environmental impact of large-scale production, greenhouse gas emissions from livestock farming are one of the main criticisms of the beef industry. According to a study by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, beef production is responsible for a significant amount of methane emissions, one of the most harmful gases contributing to global warming. The United States, as the largest beef producer in the world, faces pressures to reduce these emissions and adopt more sustainable practices. Some farms are investing in technologies such as alternative diets and methane capture systems to minimize the environmental impact of livestock farming. Another important issue is the relationship between large meat producers and government policies. In the United States, the government has implemented subsidies that make meat production more accessible and profitable for ranchers. However, these subsidies also generate debate about the sector's dependence on public support, while encouraging mass production, which may be detrimental in the long term, especially if environmental and social costs are not accounted for. The advancement of biotechnology has also been an important factor in the evolution of livestock farming. Artificial insemination, for example, allows ranchers to genetically improve their herd by selecting the best animals for reproduction. Additionally, cattle cloning and genetic manipulation to create more productive cows are topics generating discussions across various sectors. While some defend these technologies as essential for ensuring large-scale production, others warn of the ethical risks and unpredictable consequences of such practices. Furthermore, the issue of workers' rights in the meat industry is a critical part of this discussion. Many workers face poor working conditions on farms and in slaughterhouses. High workloads, low wages, and a lack of job security are recurring problems. Movements seeking to improve working conditions exist, but the industry is still seen as a sector where employment standards are not always met. Finally, consumer pressure has led to changes in company behavior. With the increasing interest in plant-based alternatives and lab-grown meat, many major meat companies are being forced to adapt. Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods are examples of companies offering plant-based meat as an alternative to traditional beef. This shift in consumption may represent a challenge for traditional ranchers who will have to adjust to a new market dynamic, one that is more focused on sustainable options. Cattle farming in the United States is a complex industry that involves not only meat production, but also a range of environmental, political, social, and ethical issues. As the country continues to lead this industry globally, it will be necessary to balance the need for increased production with the responsibility to minimize negative impacts, ensuring sustainability and animal welfare. After analyzing beef production in the United States, it becomes clear that the country's beef industry is one of the largest and most complex in the world. The ability to raise 40.3 million beef cattle annually is not a mere accident, but the result of a combination of efficiency, technology, innovation, and, of course, government policies that sustain this growth. However, despite the success of this industry, we cannot ignore the environmental, social, and ethical impacts it carries. Greenhouse gas emissions, working conditions on farms, and issues related to animal welfare are aspects that must be taken seriously. Sustainable practices and alternatives, such as lab-grown meat and plant-based products, are signs that the sector is beginning to adapt to the demands of society, which calls for more environmental and social responsibility. In a global scenario where the demand for meat grows, the challenge will be to find production methods that meet the need to feed billions of people without compromising the planet's future. The path to sustainability in the beef industry goes through technological innovations, such as the use of biotechnology and artificial intelligence, but also through transforming consumption habits and adapting the market. The evolution of the American beef industry will reflect the balance between increasing production and responsibility towards future generations. Therefore, when looking towards the future of this industry, it is important to reflect on the role of each one of us. As consumers, we have the power to influence this dynamic through the choices we make, whether by opting for more sustainable alternatives or demanding more transparency and responsibility from the companies that dominate the market. The future of beef lies in critical reflection and responsible actions from all involved, from producers to consumers. We've come to the end of another video, and if you've made it this far, congratulations. You're diving deep into one of the world's most influential sectors and understanding the challenges and opportunities shaping the beef industry. The future of this industry, as well as the future of our planet, is in our hands. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't wait. Subscribe to the Celebrities Farm channel, hit the bell, and stay tuned for everything happening in the rural world. 4. Those of you who stayed until the end, comment below. I am responsible for my choices. And of course, if you're curious, be sure to check out the other 2 recommended videos at the end of the screen. They will help you understand even more about how the rural world impacts our daily lives. See you in the next video.